When I was 11, my mom told me something that has shaped the way I make decisions to this day. I'm 24 now, and in the past year, I've ended my lease, quit my dream job, and launched a fashion brand while traveling full-time. Hi, I'm Faith. I moved to New York 3 years ago to fulfill a childhood dream of working in fashion. And while it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made, I couldn't shake the feeling that there was still something more out there. So when my lease ended, instead of renewing, I decided to completely flip my life around and start traveling full-time, spending anywhere from a few days to a few months in one place while building this brand. And after the past few months in New York, I start traveling again next week. Choosing this path has definitely come with a lot of uncertainty, but it's also given me the kind of freedom that I might never have again. And like my mom told me all those years ago, the hardest thing to live with isn't failure, it's regret. So welcome to episode 1 of this next chapter, and I hope you follow along. Hi guys, happy 2026. We have a lot to catch up on. I'm in my cozy little New York apartment. She was honestly so perfect for the holidays and Christmas time. It feels like I'm in an old cottage and it's so cute. We're literally living above a tavern and everyone there is just so friendly and it feels like a little family. We are leaving in the next couple of days, so we still have a lot of packing to do. I'm gonna put all my stuff back in storage. I get a lot of questions of how I'm even subletting and how the logistics work behind that. I just have storage units, so my stuff is like spread across New York, Paris, and Australia. I think the biggest advice that my mom really instilled in me since I was a kid is to not regret anything and just experience life to the fullest. So that's what I'm doing. I always like to start the year with writing a letter to myself and reviewing the letter that I wrote last year. I'll also give you a quick little journal tour. I love her so much. It's from Louis Carmen. It says Nathany over here. I got her when I was in Paris. First thing is my Bible journal. I'm reading Ephesians right now. I got one for every book in the New Testament and I'm obsessed with all the covers. It's so gorgeous. I have my little folio here. I just have a little train ticket from Paris. And I have 2 notebooks. So this one is for more like proper reflections. I'm gonna write the letter in here, just anything a bit more significant. And this little one from Muji is for my morning pages. So I try to do 3 pages every morning. Sometimes I end up doing it at night, but I do try to fill up 3 pages every day. I have a little notepad over here for some sketches, and I just keep like a bunch of mementos. I have photo booth strips. Oh my goodness, little notes from Andy. This is for more packaging, dried flour, just random little things that I like to keep with me. It's so crazy reading back and just being able to look back on everything that's changed. I was in such a different place when I wrote this. A lot of the things actually ended up coming true. I worked a dream job. I was living between New York and Paris while also traveling full time. I took over 50 flights last year, and I eventually launched the brand on November 11th, which is the same date that I launched the first version of it 4 years ago. I was so happy I was able to make that happen, but after the launch, I literally had a full adrenaline crash. I think the part that no one really talks about is the quiet after the launch period, just because the past few months leading up to it was so hectic. It's so many production delays and issues with manufacturing in general, alongside working full time, leaving my job and doing the entire launch rollout in 5 weeks. So it was a lot, and I'm so glad that I was able to launch it and get it out there. But just because I've been working on the same collection for 2 years, I'm really excited to move on to the next chapter. These past 2 months since launching, I've really just been refining the brand identity and the vision for it. I think this is the first time I've properly had time to like sit down and iron out all these little things instead of just being on autopilot mode. So that's our goal for 2026. We're gonna be a lot more intentional, have a lot more clarity over what we're doing, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to take you guys along as well. Stressed out because they're both dressing me and I need to change between events, but the first one is a dinner party, so I'm gonna get ready for that first. I'm deciding if I should redo my hair. Like, I kind of like how loose it looks right now. I might just touch up some of the pieces. currently getting ready to see some friends. It's gonna be our last night out in New York. It rained today, so I'm just touching on my curls a bit. But I've just been reflecting on this New York chapter, and I think it's felt really different. I definitely slowed down a lot more and spent a lot more time with friends. In the past, I always viewed New York as a chapter for me to like work really hard and be in like grind mode, but in a similar vein of just being more intentional with everything that I'm doing. I think slowing down is a big part of actually achieving that. And I think when you're like in the weeds of doing all the day-to-day tasks, it's really hard to like zoom out and see the bigger picture and figure out like why you're even doing what you're doing. It's definitely been really good for healing my burnout. I also had a manufacturer call earlier today. It went really well. I think supply chain has definitely been the biggest challenge of this entire business journey. So fingers crossed with the one I had a call with today. I'm also considering broadening my search because initially I was producing in Indonesia just because I'm from there, and I really wanted to build that connection just because I moved to Australia when I was 11 from Jakarta, and going back as an adult, it's definitely a very, very different experience. So that was my goal, but it is proving to be quite challenging. I'm going to Jakarta straight after this actually, so I'll be there next week to potentially source new manufacturers and fabric suppliers. I'm still deciding when I kind of want to launch the next drop. The actual most important thing for me right now is to just find a manufacturer that I can work long term with. So that is our focus, and we're not going to rush it. Just trusting God's timing with all of it, with the entire business, honestly. Like, I've kind of been viewing him as my like co-founder in the brand, and that's definitely taken a lot of pressure off because I'm like, I'm not even in control. God is, and he will do his thing. The best I can do is just take the next step and just trust that it will work out eventually. But I have really been enjoying getting back into content. I think I really missed the connection aspect of it because I was so busy with my job last year. I didn't really post much, or at least like I wasn't really talking to the camera, posting in real time. So I'm excited to get back into that, especially with YouTube. I've just been viewing YouTube as like my personal digital diaries, but if there's any specific kind of content you want to see, please let me know because I'd love to hear them. Let me show you my fabrics. I have been trying to pick fabrics for the next collection. This is my old fabric supplier, and I'm going to Jakarta to kind of see what other options they have. Love this maroon, maybe for winter, but I think currently I'm definitely leaning towards more like espresso and cream. The collection. Like this kind of espresso, this is 100% cotton. Let me know if you guys have any color preferences as well. You can find the journey to the first collection still on my YouTube. I kind of took you guys along through that whole process as well. But I'll keep you guys updated as the collection unfolds, and now I gotta go.